Okay, you ready, Michael?
Yeah.
You ready, Raegan?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to read Lady and the Tramp. Lady was a lucky little Cocker Spaniel. She had everything a dog could want. Her beloved owners, Jim Dear and Darling, had pampered her since puppyhood. They gave her the tastiest tidbits to eat and the softest bed to sleep in, and they showered her with affection. Lady returned this kindness by waking her master each morning with
Where's the Tramp?
We're going to get to the Tramp. It's called Lady and the Tramp, and we're meeting Lady for the first time. Lady returned this kindness by waking her master each morning with a gentle lick on the cheek. And while he was at work, Lady stayed close to her mistress, protecting her from possible harm.
Where's her brother and her sisters?
I don't think she has any brothers or sisters. I think it's just
and Mommy and Daddy?
I think it's just her and the master and the mistress.
Oh.
But one day, Michael, everything changed.
And there he is.
Oh yeah, there he is. As Lady
Why did everything freeze?
Let's find out. As Lady told her friends, Trusty and Jacques, Darling now seemed more interested in the tiny sweater she was knitting than in her faithful friend.
But what happened to that girl?
That's Lady.
What happened to Lady?
What do you mean what happened to her?
What happened? She's crying?
Yeah, she looks sad. There's a tear. She's crying.
Because the serum won't read welfare?
Well, she thinks because now that her friends put two and two together, they figured out that Darling is going to have a baby. Yeah, she's going to have a baby. So she's putting more effort into knitting a sweater for the baby than in playing with her puppy Lady. Okay. Babies are mighty sweet, Trusty the Bloodhound said. And very, very soft, Jacques the Scotty added. Why, a wee babe is nothing but a bundle of trouble, an unfamiliar voice chimed in. The voice belonged to a scruffy stranger named Tramp. Though Tramp had no family of his own, he seemed to know quite a lot about babies, and none of it is good. Is
that Daddy Tramp?
That's Tramp right there, yeah.
This is you.
That's me?
Michael is in nursery.
You're in the nursery?
Yeah.
What are you doing in the nursery?
I'm making poopy nursery.
Oh, don't say that.
Me.
Oh, is that you? Okay.
Yeah. No, this is you.
That's you?
Yeah.
Okay. Take it from me, Pigeon, Tramp told Lady. A human heart has only so much room for love and affection. When a baby moves in, the dog moves out. Uh-oh. Although Tramp's words worried Lady, she couldn't believe that her family would ever be unkind. And once the baby was born, Lady saw just how wrong Tramp had been. For not only did Lady still have her family's love, she now had one more person to cherish and protect. Everything was fine until Jim Dear and Darling decided to take a short vacation. Don't worry, old girl, Jim Dear told Lady before they left. Aunt Sarah will be staying here to care for you and the baby. But Aunt Sarah soon made it clear that she did not like dogs at all. To make matters worse...
No, they're cats.
Right. Aunt Sarah doesn't like dogs. She likes cats. And she
No,
brought...
they're nasty.
They are nasty. Yeah, see what they're doing to the fish and the bird? My goodness.
And this?
That's a piano.
They're doing a piano?
Yeah. She brought her two nasty cats along. Lady watched helplessly as they wrecked the living room and terrorized the goldfish and the bird. When the cats headed upstairs, however, Lady sprang into action. She raced...
Then Wobble did this lady can jump in to squeeze those cats.
Squeeze the cats?
Yeah.
Well, the cats are headed upstairs to the nursery, so she decided enough was enough. She raced ahead of them to stop them from entering the nursery. The nasty... right? What,
Who's
is that what cats
in the nursery? Who's in the nursery?
The baby's in the nursery.
No, he's at home.
The baby's home, in the nursery. That's where the baby sleeps. But Lady is not going to let the cats harm the baby at all. Definitely not.
Wobble, wobble, they're going to put them in the cat's jail.
Well, let's find out. The nasty creatures tried to run by her, but
Me.
Is that you?
No.
You're one of the cats?
No.
No, those are nasty creatures.
This is you, Raegan.
Is that Raegan?
No.
Okay, let's find out. The nasty creatures tried to run by her, but Lady stopped them in their tracks with a threatening growl. Aunt Sarah heard the commotion and poked her head out of the nursery. She took one look at Lady growling and the two cats sniveling, and she ran to protect her pets. "Oh, my precious pusses!" she crooned. And scooping the cats up in her arms, she carried them gently downstairs. Then Aunt Sarah dragged Lady off to the pet store. "I want a muzzle for this vicious beast," she told the sales clerk. "I have just the thing," the clerk replied, placing one of the awful contraptions over the struggling dog's face. In desperation, poor Lady ran out of the store. Outside, a pack of stray dogs began to chase her. Oh no, look at them. They're chasing after her. Horns blared and tires screeched as Lady raced blindly through the streets. Across the railroad tracks.
Why the doggies doing what they're doing to this guy?
Who is that? You remember who that is?
Why they're doing Tramp?
Oh, they're attacking Tramp.
Why?
Well, let's see what happens.
Why this doggy eating Tramp?
I think they're fighting, but let's find out. She raced blindly through the streets, across the railroad tracks, and into a strange and scary part of town. Her heart pounding, Lady ran on with the strays yapping at her heels. Yip, yip, yip.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Just
when she felt she couldn't take another step, a brown ball of fur rushed to her side. It was Tramp. Look, Mikey. Biting and barking, Tramp fought off Lady's attackers until every last one had turned tail and slunk away. So, Mikey, to answer your question, the dogs were after her, but Tramp jumped in and fought them off. See, he's fighting them off, and they ran away. They were trying to hurt Lady. Can you believe it, Raegan?
No.
You can't believe it, huh?
No.
Tramp helped Lady remove the hateful muzzle, and then she told him her tale of woe. "Paw Pidge," he said, when she had finished her story. That's you?
No.
No. "You sure have had a terrible day. What you need is a night out on the town to cheer you up."
No, that's it. That's my girl, right?
"You sure have had a terrible day.
No.
What you need is a night out on the town to cheer you up."
Me.
Is that you, your lady?
Yeah.
Oh, look, she's crying again. Oh, no.
Why?
Tramp led Lady to a quaint little Italian restaurant.
Why is crying?
She was attacked by dogs. She was so scared. Wouldn't you be scared if you were attacked by vicious dogs?
But no. Why
You wouldn't be scared?
Why are those dogs eating dead? Why they're fighting Tramp?
Because he jumped in to protect her, and they fought. But Tramp was much tougher than they were, so he fought them off and saved Lady. And then he decided to take her out for a nice meal. Look, he led Lady to a quaint little Italian restaurant.
They're eating spaghetti meatballs?
Yep, they shared a delicious plate of spaghetti and
But
meatballs.
Daddy, I got eat this pasta.
You like pasta, don't you? While musicians serenaded them with a romantic tune. That means they were playing music for them. After dinner, Lady and Tramp took a moonlight stroll. When they came to a patch of wet cement, Tramp scratched a big heart in the middle and placed one of his paws inside it.
Hey.
Lady did the same. A silvery moon was high in the sky.
They're made the same.
They made paw prints in the wet cement before it could dry. Because that's how you make sidewalks. They pour cement, and then they make the lines, and then it dries, and you can walk on it. But if it's still wet, you can make imprints in it. So they made a little heart, and they put their paws in it, because they like each other.
Because he
Right, Raegan?
like this.
Mm-hmm. A silvery moon was high in the sky when the two... Listen up. A silvery moon was high in the sky when the two tired dogs finally snuggled up under a tree and fell fast asleep. When they awoke the next morning, Lady was horrified to realize she had spent the whole night away from home. "Aw, Pidge," Tramp said. "There's a big wide world out there just waiting for us. Why go back at all?"
No.
Thank you. "Because my family needs me," Lady replied, "and I need them. Besides, who will protect the baby if I'm not there?" Tramp had no answer for that. He simply bowed his head in defeat. And even though Lady was sad to leave Tramp, she could hardly wait to return to her family. But when Lady got home, an angry Aunt Sarah was waiting for her. "I have a special place for you now," Aunt Sarah snapped as she led Lady to a doghouse in the backyard. "This should keep you out of trouble," she said, chaining Lady to a stake in the ground. You see, she's chained up in the doghouse outside.
But where's mice in here? Where's this guy in here?
Which guy?
Guy for...
Oh, but this is later. Look, see, it's nighttime. Okay? So that night, Lady was moping around the yard.
And then it was morning time?
No, see, it's morning first, right? And then she stayed up there all day until it was nighttime. And then a big gray rat scurried out of the woodpile, scampered up the porch railing, and darted into an upstairs window. "That's the baby's room," Lady cried. She dashed forward but was jerked to a painful halt by her chain. Lady barked frantically to attract Aunt Sarah's attention. Aunt Sarah finally appeared at the back door, but only to yell at Lady. "Stop that racket," she said, before slamming the door again. That was Aunt Sarah.
Sarah?
She doesn't like dogs, remember? And Lady is yelling because there's a rat inside the baby's room. But just then, Tramp raced into the yard. He had heard Lady barking and had come to help her once more.
Stop that racket.
Right.
Look.
"There's a rat in the baby's room," Lady said. And with no thought for his own safety, can you believe it?
No.
Oh, thank you for the kiss. Lady ran inside. And with no thought for his own safety, Tramp ran inside to get the rat. Tramp reached the nursery in the nick of time. The baby lay sleeping in the crib, and the rat was ready to pounce. Tramp struck first. Fur flew and furniture fell as dog and rat tore around the room. The rat was fast and fierce, but he was no match for Tramp. By the time Aunt Sarah burst in, there was no sign of the rat, just Tramp in the topsy-turvy room. Aunt Sarah thought that Tramp had been after the baby, and she quickly called the dog catcher. "Don't come back, you vicious brute," Aunt Sarah warned, as Tramp was carried off to the pound.
Aunt Sarah put him into jail.
Oh, it's kind of like a doggy jail, right? This is the this is the dog catcher. He takes away stray dogs and puts them in the pound.
But he's not a nasty dog.
No, he's not a nasty dog. But Aunt Sarah thought that he was after the baby.
But where's the nasty dog?
There's no nasty dog here. Remember, she doesn't like dogs, and she thought he was after the baby. But really, he was protecting the baby from the rat. Okay?
But
And as soon...
where's the nasty doggies?
Oh, the stray dogs?
Yeah.
Oh, they ran away, remember?
They ran away.
Yeah, they're gone. These are the good dogs here. Lady and her friends, and then Tramp, who was taken away by the dog catcher. As soon as Lady explained what had happened, Trusty and Jacques took off after Tramp. They chased the dog catcher through the dark and stormy night. When a taxi appeared out of the fog, the dog catcher's horses reared up, and his wagon toppled over. Jim Deer and Darling were in the taxi. They had come home and discovered the rat. It was clear then that Tramp had been protecting the baby, and they went after him. He was a true hero. Jim Deer and Darling decided to take Tramp into their home. "This is where you belong," Jim Deer told Tramp. "You're part of our family now." And soon Lady and Tramp had a family of their own. 3 pretty pups who looked just like their mother, and 1 mischievous scamp who clearly took after his father. The end.
Baby.
Did you guys like the book?
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
This.
This part? When they were eating spaghetti meatballs?
Mm.
Meatballs. Would you like spaghetti meatballs back here?
Yeah.